Hey everyone, this is Nitro. So I'm just throwing together the Apex Mercenaries video for the final week of the Apex Season 1. And you can see here, I've already taken the Jugler into my party. And the reason is because this is a 6-star Jugler. My own personal Jugler is 5 stars. And it also has the last rites. It is a bit iffy in the sense that it has the Steel enchant for damage reduction, as opposed to, say, a Thorns enchant for potentially killing anything that attacks it. But, you know, despite that, I think overall it's definitely worth using because if nothing else, this last rites guarantees that Jugler will never get one-shotted, right? So, and it also has, in fact, Spirit Boots, so that it can, for whatever reason, you can attack with it, let's say with Beast Shock, then move 2 tiles afterwards to potentially lock down the enemy tank or whatever. So it's a very nice overall combo, and that's why I'm using this Jugler. In terms, 6385 power, definitely worth using. So next will be Leaden. This is a high power Leaden with an Overlord's badge, meaning it's actually surprisingly PvP oriented. If there is a lack to this Leaden, it's the lack of hit point increases. Overall, there's the 6% here and the 5% here, so that could be better, and it is a bit lacking in terms of defense increases too, in truth, right? If you look at it, it is 312 plus 141 and 277 plus 87. My own personal Leaden, which I don't even bring as a side note, has 309 plus 265, right? 274 plus 92. So, I think this Leaden is a bit lacking in some ways, but despite that, it is perfectly usable. And yeah. Next, the Bernhard. And the Bernhard here is a 6-star Bernhard, which looks actually really, really good, right? With 5812 power. The problem, though, is surprisingly low attack increase overall. You got 9% here. You got 2% here. You got 4% there, so that's 15% from 3 items. And then there's only 8 attack here. So all you're getting on this Bernhard is 15% attack increase, which is why you see a 485 plus 251. Once again, if you compare that to my own personal Bernhard, which is not even 6 stars yet, right? 443 plus 226. So my Bernhard has 669 attack, and this Bernhard actually has more than mine, right? 485 plus 251 is actually 736 attack. What is the primary difference, though, is because this Bernhard has Overlord's badge, in truth. Because that Overlord's badge is giving him 75 additional base attack. My Bernhard has Speed Boots, which is giving no base attack whatsoever. So that's why that's why there's that attack difference. He has more attack than me, but it's just awkward overall. This hard rock enchant, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, I can kind of see why. I guess he's making a Bernhard that has high survivability, potentially. That might be why he's built his Bernhard this way. But at the cost of too many things. Just, for example, that Bernhard doesn't have Balanced Blade, so it doesn't have the 2 AoE blast radius with Sword Dance. And yeah, I personally say that Bernhard is a pass. Next, Ultima, 5829 power, Lone Star Armlet, Jormungandr's Eye, Last Rites, and Ragnarok. Enchant is Rough Sea, which is solid because Ultima usually charges forward, uses Raging Thunder, maybe activates Scale, and so on. It's overall, I would say this is a pretty well built Ultima with a good amount of attack increase. The drawback is its pure attack increase. There is basically no hit point enchant increases whatsoever. So it's one of those things where if you're trying to get into Langrisser rank, playing it at the gold or Langrisser level, absolutely pass. Ultima is not really considered top tier for PvP right now anyways. If you're playing below that and you need someone with decent one-shot capability, he can be brought. And then after that, I think we're just going downhill from here, aren't we? So, Vargas, 3 SR items, pass. Right? Jessica, all SSR items, but the power level is 5213. And the reason for that power level, in large part, should be due to the hero soldier boost. That soldier boost of 15% to everything is not maxed out, right? Meaning that Jessica does not have all her bonds upgraded yet. So without a good soldier boost, you know, why would you bring her? And in the first place, I don't think Jessica is an Apex character anyways. So yeah, I would say pass on the Jessica. Continuing on, Freya, 2 SR items, pass. Liana. Now this one's interesting because Liana traditionally does have low power. Pretty much, I would say if you don't have your own Liana, this one can be brought. Keep in mind though, this Liana does not have the summon sky archers, so it can be used for heal, act again, and prayer, but it can't be used to summon for turn manipulation, so that is a huge drawback. Right? For PvP, you always bring the Sky Archer for the turn manipulation effect for Season 1. So this is very much a, if you have a Liana, skip this one. If you don't have Liana, well, Liana's Act Again is so great for Apex Arena that she can be used, even though she is not all that good in terms of enchants and so on. Next is Kirikaze. All SR items, pass. And finally, we're at Lance, who also has all SR items and is a pass. So effectively, in truth, the only truly good SSR this week is Jugler, which I've thrown into my party. And everyone else, I mean, Ledin can be used if you want 2 solid tanks for your PvP party. Everyone else is pretty much a pass in my opinion. So there we go. It's an interesting way to end the Apex season, that's for sure. So on that note, Nitro out.